Traditions are evolving, and today's couples are proving there isn't just one way to say I do. There's lots of them. From backyard celebrations to theme ceremonies and courthouse vows, more couples are putting their own spin on the big day, and we love to see it. So joining us now is Kat Williams of Rock and Roll Bride. This is an alternative wedding magazine in the UK. She's here to talk about the wedding trends, breaking all of the rules. Kat, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So let's talk about this. How are couples redefining what a wedding should look like?
Well, I think more and more couples are just wanting to have a day that feels like themselves, whether that's getting married at the courthouse or eloping or running off to Vegas. I think, it's such a big part of people's lives and they want it to feel personal and make it feel like something that they're involved in.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. What's the biggest shift you've seen in the last 5 years? So much has changed over the last 5 years. So what's the biggest thing you've really seen change?
Well, I think COVID had a huge impact on the wedding industry, and we're actually still seeing that now. Obviously, a lot of weddings couldn't take place. People were changing their weddings to elopements or spending less because they were worried about the future. And I think that has had a big knock-on effect in the wedding industry, which we're still seeing today. A lot of people are either having really, really budget-friendly weddings, or they're thinking, oh, you only live once, let's do something really massive. And we're seeing really, really big weddings. So there isn't that much of the middle ground sort of weddings happening anymore, but a lot of very budget weddings and very lavish weddings.
Yeah, so we all know weddings are just so expensive. Are you seeing a lot of creativity these days go into kind of planning an alternative?
Well, our whole magazine is about alternative weddings, so we've always kind of focused on that. So yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it here in the United States as well, just people coming up with out-of-the-box ways that maybe are a little bit more budget-friendly. So for you and your magazine that does just this, what's the most unique or memorable wedding that you've seen that really perfectly captured these trends?
That question is very hard because I'd say the whole point of having an alternative wedding is that you create something that feels more like you rather than following trends. But I would say the sort of courthouse celebration is definitely, we're seeing a resurgence in that this year. Paul Wesley just got married at Santa Barbara Courthouse. Dua Lipa got married at Marylebone Town Hall. So I think a lot of people are sort of looking at different ways they can have their ceremony, and a courthouse venue is becoming a lot more popular again. I think just because it's affordable, but it also feels quite timeless and chic. And Gen Z actually loves the idea of a timeless, chic wedding. So I think that's why it's becoming more popular.
Yeah, definitely. And we all love any budget-friendly type of wedding because
Right.
they are so expensive and everything is so expensive these days. All right, Kat
Yeah.
Williams, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.